Hi. So, 2 kids, or 2 weights if you have weights, and something slidey if you have it. If you're, work with what you can. If you don't have anything slidey, don't worry about it. You'll probably manage on a carpet if you're on a carpet. So we're going to start with a little series called Skater Series. I'll actually start on this side so that when I turn around you can see what I'm doing. So our first exercise, we're going to bend our right leg as we slide our left leg out to the side. Our arms are going to go from bent to straightening out behind us. So from here to here. So we're breathing in to prepare. Out as the arms come back, we sit down onto our right leg, the left leg slides out straight. So we're thinking about just gently contracting at the tummy muscles. Breathing out as we slide out, keeping that right hip tucked in underneath us. Knees sitting back rather than coming forwards. For 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Now all we're going to do is just turn so that we're taking the foot out behind us. So easy thing to do is just swivel your body 90 degrees. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to set the leg out behind us. So it's lengthening out and then drawn back in. Even out as it comes out and as it comes in. And the hands are still going out. For 6 and 7 and 8. Good. We're going to come back to our starting position. This time the arms are going to come out to the side as the leg comes out to the side. This time we're going to stay down and we're just going to push out 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. And then we're going to swivel again. This time the arms are going to come out behind us. We're going to sit back and again we stay down as we push out for 2, even out for 3, drawing that tummy in towards you for 4 and 5, open at the collarbones, 6 and 7 and 8. Good. You're going to swivel back, last little bit on this side, arms are going to come up and down as you sit out and in. So we're breathing out as you come out. Right leg should be starting to get a wee bit tired now. Keep sliding for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. This time when we turn to side on and stretch behind us, our arms are going to come out in front of us. Trying to keep that supporting leg as if you were sitting down rather than pushing forward. Keeping the hips bones shining forward. Breathing out as you come up. For 7. Okay. Good. Changing sides. So working your left leg now, give your right leg a little shake if you need to. So the first thing we did was sliding the leg out to the side and back in with the hands coming back and forwards. So get set on your left leg, get yourself comfortable, tuck that hip in underneath you. We're breathing in to prepare and then out to slide out. So hip bones stay forward, elbows are just pressing back. So working the triceps as we move. Oh sorry, I'm not sitting down and up. Down and up. So we're going to have to do more on this side. For 5, so straighten the leg in between. And 7 and 8. Good. We're going to swivel. We're going to do the same thing going back. So sitting down and up as if you were going to sit down on a chair. With your left leg, hands are doing exactly the same. So they're coming back and forwards. Breathing out as you come back for 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Coming back to the front. This time the arms are going to come out to the side. We're going to sit down into our left leg and we're going to stay down, keeping the ribs above the pelvis as that leg slides in and out. We're keeping the shoulders open, shoulder blades down, shoulders down away from the ears. Slide in and out, breathing out as we move for 6 and 7 and 8. Good. turn into the side. The arms are going to come behind us this time, shoulder blades draw together, rib cage tucked in as we slide in and out with our back leg sitting down on the front. And keep your balance. Keep that length through the spine. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Last little bit on this side. We're going to slide out as the arms come out. Breathing out as we sink down. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Turning so we can do forward with the arms, leg lengthens out behind us as we stretch. For 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Hopefully your floor is sparkly clean now. You can get rid of your slidey. Actually, keep it close beside you. We're going to use it again in a little bit. So shower cap. So bring your weights down onto the floor. You can take a roll down if you want to, or you can just come down to all fours. We're going to do this video as 4-point kneeling and abs exercises, so crawling position and then on our backs. And then the other video this week is going to be all the side lying stuff, so you can choose choose which thing you want to focus on, or do them both on separate nights, but slightly different format to normal. So let's meet in 4-point kneeling. We're going to take a weight in one hand and we're going to start just with a little bit of shoulder work and then integrate that into some hip work. So the first thing we're going to do is bring our weight into our left hand, find our neutral, bring the elbow out so it's at shoulder height, and then we're just going to rotate, so bringing the forearm up towards the ceiling and then letting it come down towards the floor. So this should be as if your elbow was staying at one level. You're breathing out as the tin lifts up, in as it comes back down. Trying to keep everything else quite still as we reach for 5. This is hard because they're little muscles. 6, and 7, and 8. Good. If you want to lift it and hold it and just do little pulses here, you can. For 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. We're going to let that hand come back down and we're going to change over to our right hand side. So we're going to lift the elbow up again to shoulder height, and then we're just going to rotate. So head and neck are long by looking down towards the mat. So once you've worked out what you're doing, try and think about your posture and your alignment. So the forearm comes up towards the ceiling with a breath out. See if you can keep active through the front of the body, so press through that supporting shoulder to lift up. For 6, and 7, and 8, and then we pulse at the top. If you want to, bring it back down if you've had enough. So small movements, keeping the elbow level. For 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. I'm going to cross that weight back over to our left hand. This time we are going to lengthen out with the arm and out with the leg, and then lift up. So we're long with the arm, long with the leg. If it feels like too much, you can do arm and then leg, rather than doing both at once. If you want to make it harder, you can either float the shin of that leg, or harder again, float up onto the knee of that side. That's pretty hard when you've got a weight as well. So breathing out with the effort, seeing if you can lift up through the front of the body. For 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. If you want to do the pulses, we're going to lift and then just little movements at the top, keeping the leg long, arm long. for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. We're going to switch sides. So give that side of the body a rest. Swap your tongue over to the other side. We're going to breathe in to prepare. And then breathe out to lengthen out. Arm and leg. Get your alignment so hip bones level, lifting through the breastbone. And then we're going to lengthen as we lift. So arm and leg away from us if you want to do both at once. Harder with the shin lifted. If it's feeling like too much, do one arm and then one leg. So it's one bit per movement rather than both at once. Breathing out as you lift, remember look down towards the mat. So keep the head and the neck long. For 6, keeping the hip bones level. 7 and 8, and then if you want to pulse, you're going to lengthen arm and leg. Small movements at the top of your range. Imagine somebody was pulling you from your fingertips and from your toes. For 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. We're going to come back in. We're going to switch back over. Give your wrist a little circle here if you need to. And then when you're ready this time, we're going to go out to the side. So our arm's going to stay bent and it's going to lift as if your elbow was coming up towards the ceiling. Our leg is going to stay bent, but knee's going to come out to the side. So like this, but on the other side. Again, do one and then one if it feels like too much to do both at once. So get your alignment, lift and lengthen. Breathe in to prepare and then breathe out to lift. Breathing in as they come in, out as they come out. Moving opposite arm to leg. Seeing if you can keep drawing up through those ribs. Lengthening at the back of the neck. For 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. If you want to do the pulses, again we come out to the side. Small movements at the end of the range. Keep your breath going. For 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Arm and leg come back down. Other side. Take those shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe in to prepare and then out as we lift up. So up into the side with the elbow, keeping the shoulder blades drawing down. Out to the side and up with the knee, keeping the knee bent. To 90, if it feels like too much. Do an elbow, pop that back down. Then do leg, pop that back down. If you want to make it harder, lift the shin of the supporting leg. So challenge your balance a little more as you move. For 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. If you want to do the pulses, it's going to stay up there. Small movements, last little bit. Breathe in for 4 and out for 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. We're going to replace. The last little bit of this series. We're going to switch hands again. We're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to find our neutral. Lengthen the arm and leg along the floor first and then float up to hip height, and we're just going to circle. So a bit of coordination practice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Circle the other way. This is like rubbing your tummy and patting your head. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Hands and legs come down. We switch sides. So try and go, doesn't matter if you're going the same way with your arm and your leg or opposite ways, but then try and go the opposite way with the next set, if that makes sense. So we'll breathe in to prepare, breathe out to lengthen. Hip bones are level as we float up, and then we're circling arm and leg. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and then we're changing direction. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, it's hard. And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. It's good to challenge your brain with exercise as well as your body. So let's take the knees nice and wide, bottom up in the air. Just walk the hands forward and then come up onto the pinkies. Just let your shoulders relax down, head and neck relax down. And take a few nice deep breaths here. So allowing the belly to swell as you breathe in. Feel the ribs expand out to the sides. And then as you breathe out, letting everything relax down. 3 more breaths like that. Nice long, slow, deep breaths. Good, so we're going to do a little bit of forearm work. So 2 options here. You can either be on your forearms, your hands can either be like that, so like one fist surrounded by the other palm, or just out in front of you, whichever you prefer. You can stay on your knees, so the exercise will look like this, breathing in to prepare, breathing out as you bring your weight forward towards your forearms, breathing in as it comes back towards your heels. So you'll feel your shoulders work as you take your weight through, and you just want to think about lifting the breastbone. If you want to do the harder level, if you come to curl your toes under, so you're kind of in a forearm plank, you'll bring your weight forwards onto the arms, and then you'll come up into a kind of modified pike position. So it doesn't need to be legs straight and extended as much as you can. You can keep the knees bent but bring your weight back towards the heels. So you're coming forwards and then backwards. We're just going to do 10, so I'll do 5 with the level 1s, 5 with the level 2s. So let's breathe in to prepare, and then as we breathe out, we're going to take our weight forwards, breathing in as it comes back, breathing out as it comes forward, and as it comes back for 3. So lift up through the shoulders as the weight comes forward for 4 and 5. 2. Keep going if you can. 3 and 4 and 5. Really nice, good. Bend the knees, take the knees wide, heels wide, and then just walk the hands forward. And again, come into a little stretch at the lower back. If it feels better to have your hands down by your sides, that's fine too. If it feels better to have your bum up, find what feels good. And again, just let yourself breathe there. You can circle the wrists, take the head side to side, or you can just take a few breaths to slow and rest. Very last little bit, we're just going to stretch out the front of the hips before we come down onto our backs. So this is where your slidey thing might come in handy again if you want to. So we're going to step one foot up in front of us. We're kneeling on our back leg. If that doesn't feel comfortable, pop a cushion, pillow underneath it. And we're just going to square our hips round to the front. And then we're going to tuck our tailbone under, so that backwards pelvic tilt as if we were hiding our bum is what we're aiming for. And you should feel a stretch just at the front of the back thigh. So just in this area here. So you can either stay here and just enjoy this stretch. You might want to take the hands up overhead. If you want to do a little bit more, we're going to breathe out as we float one knee up and then lower it down. So back toes are curled. We're lifting and lowering, trying to keep that stretch at the front of the thigh. For 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Then we're going to come onto the front of the foot again at the back. And if you want to try, we're going to just pull the foot in towards us and then stretch back out. So breathing out as we pull, keeping the hips level, facing forwards for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Letting that knee lower back down. Let's switch sides. So kneeling on the opposite leg. Remember, you can just keep this as a stretch if that feels nice. You don't need to come into kind of all the variations. So we square our hips round to the front and then we tuck our tailbone under. So that movement from there to there should give you that wee stretch at the front of the thigh. If it doesn't, you can walk forward a little bit until you feel it. We're either breathing there or we're curling the back toes, breathing in to prepare, breathing out to float the knee up. So in as we come down, out as we float up. Trying to keep that tail tucked under so you're still getting the stretch. Good. 6 and 7 and 8. Good. And then we're letting that back foot relax off, taking the weight slightly forward towards our front foot, and we're just pulling in and out. So floating on that front leg. Just breathing out as you fill in for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Letting that knee come back down. Other knee comes down. Let's come down onto our backs to finish off. So, from our backs we're going to come into our abdo prep exercise. Take your time getting down here. It's absolutely roasting in the room that I'm doing this in. Got both windows open and it's still really hot. So, we're going to do our abdominal prep. So hands in behind the head for this. We're going to breathe in to prepare. As we breathe out, we're going to lift head and neck. We're going to breathe in as we come back down, and then we're going to lengthen the arms down by our side, and we're going to tilt as if we were taking our hand towards our ankle on one side. So we're doing up and down, and then side and back. If you want to do it from your double tabletop, you'll float one leg up at a time, exactly the same. Up and down, lengthen to the side and down. Take your time to find your neutral pelvis, and then when you get there, try and keep it there throughout the whole exercise. So we're breathing in to prepare, out to come up as if the ribs were slotting down towards the pelvis, lowering down, tilting over and back. Hands come in behind the head as we come up and down, down to the sides as we come over and back. We're coming up and down and over and back, up and down, lengthen down by the side, side and back. Good. Let's go for 2 more on each side. To the side and back, keeping the neck long, so hands, head pressing back into hands as you lift up, keeping the chin tucked down as you lengthen to either side. Last 2. Good. Good. Lovely. We're going to rest the head down and we're just going to bring one thigh up towards the chest and then the other. Give the lower back a little bit of release, either by rolling forwards and backwards, side to side, around in little circles, or just by hugging one thigh in at a time, if that feels better than doing both at once. Good. Take your time, getting a little stretch on the lower back here. And then when you're ready, we're going to sit up. So you can either rock back and forward if you're used to doing that to bring yourself up, or come over onto your side if that feels better. We're going to do some toe taps into our crisscross exercise. So our level ones here are going to rest back onto the forearms and just lift through the chest, and then from here either lifting and lowering, so always keeping one foot on the mat if that feels better, or bringing both feet up and tapping down one foot at a time. If you feel comfortable coming into an unsupported V-sit, so not having your hands down, that's fine as well. You can have hands behind the thighs to make it a little easier, hands out beside you, and then we're just tapping down and up from here. So trying to lift through the breastbone as you move. Come with me, so whichever level you're doing, forearms down, either tapping down or one foot comes up at a time with the out breath, or coming into your V-sit, tapping down, either holding behind the thighs or hands out in front of you. We're going to go for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and again we're going to go for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. We're going to bring the feet down onto the floor, whichever level you're doing. Bring your hands back if you were up in your V-sit, so you're supported, and then just take knees side to side. Last little bit from here, we're going to come into our crisscross. So if you're doing level 1, you're going to lift one leg and you're going to bring your opposite shoulder towards it. So just as if you were lifting up towards that side and then back down. If you want to try it from your V-sit, it's hands behind the head. So as one foot taps, the opposite side twists. So you're opening up towards the side of the leg, but staying up, breathing out with the movement. So join me, whichever level you're doing. Breathing out with the movement. Not going to do loads because these are hard. Let's go, keep breathing. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. If you want to do the last, we're going to do it again. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Lower down to your forearms if you were up in your V-sit, and then let's all come down onto our backs. Let's take the arms into cactus, so either side, bent at the elbows, and then take the knees side to side again. Nice and slow with your movement. Moving in a range that's comfortable. Remember, you can take the feet up towards your bum more if that feels better. Good. We're going to do one more exercise here, just a few reps of our one leg stretch, just to mobilise our back a little. So normally our one leg stretch exercise, we are either lengthening out along the mat, or lengthening out to 45 degrees, or doing the same from our double tabletop. So let's all actually either do from single tabletop, so one leg up, out to 45 degrees, but I want you to then bring the thigh up towards the chest. So it's lengthening right out, but then it's also pulling right in. And it's exactly the same if you're in your double tabletop. Lengthening right out, but then pulling back in. So let's all do one leg at once. If you've got a headlock, you can have it in for this one. So we're going to breathe in to prepare. Out as the leg floats up to either single or double tabletop. We're going to breathe in at the top here. Breathe out as it lengthens out. In as it pulls in towards you. Breathing out to lengthen out. In to pull in. So we're trying to keep the hip bones level. Supporting legs really still, whether it's in your double tabletop or your single tabletop. Ribs are drawing down. Keep the breath going for 5 and 6. So trying to work through the whole range of that hip for 7 and 8. Good. And then switching sides, so getting comfortable again. If you feel like you've lost your neutral, just take a few tilts to find it. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out to come up either to your single or double tabletop. Breathing in at the top here. And then as we breathe out, the leg lengthens out to 45 degrees. As we breathe in, it pulls up towards our chest. So really kind of stretching and mobilising the hip at the same time as working it. We're trying to keep our hip bones level, supporting leg. Imagine there was a drink balancing on it, even if you're in your double tabletop. Allow that hip to move. Feel the stretch as it does so. If you feel you're losing control of your back position, come back down and reset. Keep the head, the neck and the shoulders quite relaxed. Let's go for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good, lovely. Hug both knees in towards you and give your lower back again a little massage. Round in one direction or the other direction. And then when you're ready, just come over it onto either your cool down video, or if you want to do the kind of glutes work, then come straight onto the next video. Okay.